So let's start with the concept of the drama triangle in the form of a triangle. And you will see on the graphic that there are 3 points to this triangle that represent 3 roles. As I describe the drama triangle overview, I want you to think of a play with characters assigned to these roles. And as you think of that, maybe some instances in your word will come to mind. So the points of the triangle are labeled persecutor, victim, and rescuer. And these points represent entry points into the middle of the triangle, which is where the drama occurs. So when I say, or when you've heard someone say, this relationship is dramatic, I don't know how to get out, let's think of that as being represented as you and another person being inside the triangle. But you had to get there through one of the entry points. For most people, most good-natured, well-intentioned people, the entry point that they first enter a relationship like this is the rescuer. Why not rescue someone who's in need? Why not be helpful when someone has a need or asks for your help? Many times, this is coming from a very compassionate place. However, if you happen to encounter a person who has this worldview, you may find out that through no meaning of your own, you were just trying to help and now they're mad at you and you don't know why. And that is because of the nature of drama. Let's also use the word chaos for drama. Now, I am not a scientist by trade. I am a professional social worker. Science was not my forte. But let's see if I can recall maybe about 4th or 5th grade, the understanding of the nature of molecules. So from what I recall, if you look at molecules under a microscope, depending on the density of the matter, the molecules are either spread far apart or they're closely packed together. And they're always in motion because there's energy behind them. That's all I know. I don't even think I would do well on that Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grade show on this topic. So the molecules are always in motion, but there is no pattern to the molecules. It's just their nature to move around, confined by the space that they're in. And there's a chaos to that. There's a predictability. We know that they move around and that they don't stay still, but we also don't know where they're going to move next. And I want you to imagine this triangle is rotating, and that if you enter the triangle through the rescuer role, it will eventually rotate and you could become in one of the other roles because the nature of drama is chaos. Now, if that goes over your head, you get no judgment from me. However, what I want folks to understand is that the way that the roles change in a relationship is not based on logic. And this is where most people get tripped up. They think, I don't understand why. If I do this and this, then that shall equal I am in their good graces again. Maybe you won't be. And it's a very frustrating and emotionally tasking experience to not understand why this relationship can't be stable through all of the efforts that you may be trying. But logic is not the reason why it changes. The nature of drama / chaos is the reason why the roles change.